Summerslam, it happened 2 nights. We watched both of them and then watched one of them here. It was fun. We're going to recap the whole thing. Plus, WWE and ESPN got a brand new contract. Greg's got thoughts. We'll be back. CHGO Wrestling. CHGO Wrestling in your face, on your airwaves, and looking sexy as ever. Thank y'all for joining us, man. Thank y'all for being here at this point in time, whenever you're viewing this, wherever you're viewing this. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Who is we? Well, it's me, Big Dave, CHGO Bulls. Special advocate, main man Greg Boysen, over there looking spiffy. On the ones and twos per usual is our guy, Sean Anderson. How are you, producer Sean Anderson? That means he's awesome.
Actually, that's the, I guess, saddest noise that we have.
Yo, that means we always have him. That's the saddest noise. Okay, all right, we'll take it. Thank y'all for joining us. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, because we cannot do that without you all, man. We still have not solved the mystery of who brought in the Ultimate Warrior. I still have no clue who brought this in. No clue. I've asked around. Nobody's done it.
Must have fallen off the mothership.
Did you ask Kaduk?
Say it again?
Did you ask Kevin Kaduk?
I did not. I haven't asked Kevin Kaduk.
I'm just trying to think of old people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kevin Kaduk. I'll ask Jake and see what he had, because Jake is definitely a wrestling fan from back in the day. Yeah, I have questions, though, but the usual suspects are no longer suspects, because I asked them and they were like, no, I had nothing to do with it, and I was shocked and surprised.
Wasn't me.
Well,
you're not a Warrior guy? Did you not own that? Were you not like a plushie guy?
I loved the Ultimate Warrior back in the day, but
yeah.
I had the Macho King version of the Wrestle Buddy. Yeah.
No, we wanted one. We didn't get one. My sister, we just beat up my sister's stuffed animals all day.
That works.
Like, we would sneak attack her. Me and my brother would plan it. We would sneak attack her in her room and then just grab her plushies and like do wrestling moves on them all day. It was just fun.
I had 2 beanbags. There was a football and a basketball. So those would be, you know, if I was faking a tag team or anything, that would be my wrestling. But then also, my dad would have like a corner in his room. Like there was just a way that I could kind of like hide.
Okay.
And that was a big time for Edge when he was spearing people. So I would really just wait for my dad to turn around when he was like right in front of his bed, and then I would just run at him at like an 8 or 9-year-old and just tackle him. I bet he loved it.
That sounds amazing, dog. Dude, I was talking to my brother the other day, Sean. You'll appreciate this. You'll appreciate this too. My brother's why I got into wrestling. He was a huge wrestling fan. He reminded me of the IWF, which I've forgotten about, which was the Imaginary Wrestling Federation, which was a federation. This was like bare bones fantasy wrestling. So, you know, they would mail you the stuff. You would select your wrestler. You would check that. You would make a name for him. You know, what's he look like? And then you would send it back in. And then they would send you who you're in a match with, the results of that match, if somebody got in a sneak attack or something like that. And that's what they did by mail. They did this for a very, very long time, man.
I don't remember that, but I I remember the first time I ever played fantasy football was all by like paper.
Okay.
And like one guy in the league literally like got the Monday morning paper, looked up all the box scores, and then called everybody and told you if you won or lost. Like, that was the first time I ever played fantasy football. It was crazy.
Pre-internet days.
It was all like handwritten, and you had to call him by Friday with your lineup. And,
right.
Yeah.
Pre-internet days were pretty amazing, y'all. So, yeah, if you ever heard of the IWF, drop something in the comments. I'd like to know who remembers this, because I didn't remember it at all. I was a baby, but my brother was like, this was
I don't. I think now that you mention, I think I remember seeing ads for it.
Yeah,
like in the back of Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Yes, that makes sense.
But I never.
Oh, we had a subscription to WWF magazine.
Oh yeah, I remember all the like.
Oh yeah,
I remember all the magazine. Like,
Do you remember the board game they had?
Yeah, the WWF board game. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah,
it came with like a VHS tape.
Yeah,
and you would put it in, and you have to guess what move is about to happen next. And if you got it right, that's how you moved on the board and stuff.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Oh, those times.
Yeah, I do remember that because I think my sister played it with me once, and then after that, she was like, "That game's dumb. I'm never playing it again." So
I'm like, this is the greatest game ever created. But again, a child. But yeah, man. Reminisce with us. Drop us something in the comments, man. Let us know what was your first attachment to wrestling. I actually would really love to know that. But we got stuff to get to, man. ESPN, WWE signed a deal. We'll get into that a little later. But first, SummerSlam happened this past weekend. First time it was 2 nights. We will start with a Saturday night. Greg, obviously the biggest thing that happened was Seth Rollins coming back, cashing in on CM Punk. We all thought he was injured. We all thought he was hurt. He was not. Came down, cashed in. He is now the World Heavyweight Championship champion. Your thoughts on that, sir?
I mean, I'm a big Seth Rollins fan, so of course I enjoyed it. I was a little surprised. I mean, there were a segment of people that didn't buy it, the injury.
Shout out to them.
But now that you look back at it, you're kind of like, all right, like usually if there's a legit injury, the referee will give the X.
Yes.
The cross arm X sign.
Yeah.
Not to suck it, but to end the match.
Yes,
and
correct.
That never happened in that match.
It did not.
I just thought it's bad karma if that a guy that's had serious knee injuries in the past, guy that's dealt with legit injuries that's cost him a lot of time in his career, would tempt the fate of the wrestling gods by faking another serious injury.
Yes.
But it worked. I think the execution of it was really good, how he came out on the crutches and you're just kind of like, oh, okay. He's reminding Punk that he's still here. But then, you know, when he turned around and dropped the crutches, you were like, okay. Yeah. To me, I think the CM Punk character is at its best when he gets screwed over, because then he has a reason to be angry as opposed to just being angry.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it goes. They're obviously building towards a big Survivor Series match that's going to involve Punk and LA Knight.
Yeah.
Definitely threw his hat in the ring, and Roman Reigns if he's done filming his movie by then.
Yes. Shout out Street Fighter 4.
So yeah, if the whole Rollins thing doesn't happen, night one was just a waste of time.
Just overall.
It wasn't. It was an episode of Raw. Like, it didn't need to. This didn't need to be 2 nights. You could have combined it in the one 4-hour night, and it would have been really good, except for the very end.
So yeah, I'm happy it wasn't a 4-hour night. I'll say that. I'm happy I got 3 hours, and then time to digest all that, and then move on to the next night, and digest it that way. I didn't mind the 2 nights. I do agree with you. It was lackluster in a way. I mean, you look directly at Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross and say that even the first big match, which was Jey Uso and Roman Reigns,
that felt like a SmackDown main event.
Yes, correct. It was a cool match, but like you said, it didn't feel like SummerSlam, or something like that.
I guess maybe because Roman has been, has barely been around and hasn't wrestled a lot. He just kind of feels like that. It's SummerSlam, it's WrestleMania, time to bring the part-timer, the attraction guys in again. And I just didn't have an attachment to that match.
Yeah. And I mean, you were dead on talking about the Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill match, and you were like, "This is not going to go long," and it did not. That was a quick 7 minutes in and out.
And it is the shortest match of the night besides Seth cashing in for 10 seconds.
Yeah, and
they had entrances.
Man, and putting Tiffany Stratton clean over Jade Cargill. I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that one either, bro.
I mean, so why do we build up Jade Cargill just for her to lose to Tiffany Stratton clean?
And Tiffany's not that interesting. So maybe if you gave Jade a reason for Tiffany to get the belt back or something,
if
there's no build.
Tiffany wins the match and then Jade gets pissed and just beats the living crap out of her after match.
That's true.
Just keep it going.
And
but
teams up with Nia
it was just
Jackson.
Oh, we did this for nothing.
Well, and then the Charlotte Alexa Judgment Day match, that happens again on Raw, and it's the same exact match. Not even a bad way, but it's again, that speaking to the point that this didn't have to be 2 nights. The first 4 were iffy. I didn't hate the Jelly Roll match. I can't believe that's coming out of my mouth. I didn't hate the Jelly Roll match.
Didn't hate it, buddy.
Listen,
I've seen worse matches.
As I said on the watch along, it was better than I was expecting, but I had no expectations for it.
This is true.
I'll give Jelly Roll credit for taking that frog splash on the table.
Ooh, yeah,
that's props to be able to do that.
Yeah, seriously.
Willing to do that.
Yeah.
Even though I thought he was going to hurt himself, the way he kept like looking up and obviously bracing himself, I'm like, dude, relax.
Just sit there.
He'll take care of you. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know, and then all that, and he loses, which of course is like, well, great. That means they're going to bring him back. But like, as we'll get in with the ESPN stuff, this is TKO's WWE. It's different. It's all about dollars and cents. That's why this was 2 nights.
It is. I feel like we'd be less sour on it if the Travis Scott stuff didn't happen. If we could just completely avoid that and they have Bad Bunny and Jelly Roll like be like the last 2 celebrities that they brought into the fold, I guess you could also count Logan Paul as well.
Yeah.
Like they have at least kind of given it an effort.
Yeah.
And also, like, I'm not gonna lie, if Logan Paul's having a really nice Royal Rumble and then at like 21 Jelly Roll music hits, and that's who takes out Logan Paul, and that sets up a WrestleMania match where I don't have to see Logan Paul win a title. I love Jelly Roll.
He's downloading.
This guy's awesome.
Downloading his album immediately, like as soon as it happens.
Never heard a song.
Not one. Still don't
All
know.
right, let's clip that. Keep that in the archive. So when January rolls around, we'll see if that we could.
They're going to be bringing him back, right? Like, I mean, how do they try to bring him back? I think they bring him back in the biggest stage because it's
he'll go away for a while.
Waste 2 nights,
and you know. Yeah.
Get in better shape, I think.
So, I mean...
He's going to look even better than Lesnar. Juice to the gills.
Hey.
Juice
You know what?
Jelly Roll. Juice Roll, lady.
I know we're fast-forwarding a little bit, but give me Jelly Roll over Brock Lesnar any day.
We'll talk about it.
Very fair. Very fair. But yeah, like I guess, I didn't mind it. And I guess the people didn't mind because of the 50,000+ people that were there. Like, it was a true spectacle for them. Like, I love when the crowd is so into it because they really truly do make matches and make it more interesting. And I think you saw that on this Saturday night for sure. What match didn't we get into?
The final.
Say it again.
Oh, do you want to get in the Sami Zayn one? I guess we really didn't talk about that one.
I kind of touched it. You know, it wasn't a
no.
You know,
and Karrion Kross is gone forever.
Yeah, he is working on a new deal.
I did read
that.
Yeah,
I read a deal that he's working on a new deal with WWE. At least that's what I read this morning.
I mean, just look at what they did with R-Truth, Ron Killings. Where's he been? And like, I think it's gonna be the same thing. Kross is gonna sign, and the push is just gonna die immediately.
Well, I mean, the whole Karrion Kross thing is like. People are like, oh, if his contract is up, he should go to AEW. I don't think AEW should touch him because AEW is all about what actually happens between the bells in the ring.
That's true.
And Karrion Kross is a hell of a promo. He's got the look. He's got the personality. But when the bell rings, you're kind of like, meh. It's not great.
It's not memorable.
So, like, and he'd get even more exposed if he tries to get in the ring with some of those AEW guys that are like craftsmen at actual pro wrestling. So we'll see with that. But that match, it didn't do anything. Like, okay, Sami Zayn won. Okay, and now what? Nothing. Like, oh, Karrion has to say Sami was right. Who effing cares?
Sammy cares because he had to say he was right.
Great, Sammy cares.
He cares.
Cool. Maybe like. You can start pushing him now back to where he was because he's just been this mid-card meh for a year now too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They gave him a great push before, and he hasn't. The one in the bloodline, it's him. He's even behind kind of Jimmy Uso.
I mean, that's my overall kind of thing. Like, everybody was happy when Triple H got control because let's face it, the last couple years of Vince McMahon WWE was lousy, lazy and lousy, and then, but it hasn't changed a whole lot.
Okay.
Like, Triple H inherited the bloodline story. That was already in motion when he took over creative. So he didn't create any of that. He just wrote it out.
Okay.
what booking decisions that he's made where you've been like, oh my God, that's so great.
Well, and the biggest, most glaring one is the Cena fail,
Yeah, that's
where
been
they
awful.
literally are trying to get out of it by playing the get out of free jail card, where you get an instant pop of, I recognize that Brock Lesnar music, so I'm instantly going to scream without thinking of everything else. Like, you know, like I was going to say a bad word. They screwed up that storyline completely and are just trying to completely bury it.
It was awful.
We're not on fast, Sean. You go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, and we'll talk about that when we get into the Cena match. But just like, it was a lot of excitement for the Triple H era, and it started off pretty good. But since WrestleMania, it's been mediocre at best.
Gunther hasn't been a good champion. Jay hasn't been a good champion. Punk had obviously a second run, but before that match, we had zero interest in Gunther versus CM Punk.
Right.
It was fine. Like they're fine workers.
Once they found their chemistry together, it started off a little slow, but once they kind of felt it, it was good.
Yeah.
But I mean, even then, I still feel like as a longtime Punk fan, they fairly killed him off in the Clash of Champions or what Night of Champions fight with Cena. I just don't think that there's been a strong build of their champions.
They're relying on a lot of nostalgia and, hey, remember Goldberg? Hey, remember Brock Lesnar? Hey, remember CM Punk? Remember John Cena and all these guys he used to have great matches with?
Randy Orton.
But they're not developing anything or anyone really new to get excited about. I mean, you could say, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, but they're
definitely say that.
They're Seth's goons, but that's definitely going to elevate them. But
without a doubt, they're going to be big. The Shula Fala is hilarious. It's awesome. The Tribal Thief is really awesome, bro.
It just seems that there needs to be a little more. There needs to be a little pressure on Triple H. He seems to be a little comfortable to where he doesn't feel the need to try something new or make something exciting, shake things up. Well, the WWE is in a very comfortable spot where they think they could basically do whatever they want and people are going to come flocking, but that's going to start to change here.
No, they are printing money. They have always printed money. They will continue to print money, and even with the Lesnar thing, they're going to sell Lesnar merch. Like,
that's all true.
The machine.
But fans are starting to pick up on the ticket prices for this stuff now. They're almost double what they were a year ago. People are going to, you now have to pay with the ESPN stuff. Somebody put it online. If you don't have cable, you have to pay $131 a month to watch WWE programming on TV. Well, I mean, most people, there's plenty of reasons, ways to get around it.
Tell them to holler.
Yeah, I mean, listen, speaking of pirates, yar. But that's a lot. And eventually people are going to just be like, if the product is great and it's exciting, sure, people will throw down that cash. But, when tickets for SmackDown at the Allstate Arena last year were $150 to sit on the floor. Now they're $600 to sit on the floor. Eventually, people are just going to be like, I can't do it.
You priced out of it, basically.
Yeah, a lot of fans are starting to feel like they're getting priced out.
Okay,
and that's the TKO influence on WWE.
No, I don't disagree with that. I do disagree with Gunther as far as being a bad champion. I thought Gunther was an awesome champion. I really enjoyed him.
He was awesome
as a champion. Like seeing him with the belt, you just felt like he was supposed to have that around his waist, and his promos were outstanding, and he's great in the ring too.
Pre-Uso, I'm sorry.
Pre-Uso, you're saying? Okay.
Yeah. It kind of took a turn.
Leave Jay alone. Quit attacking Jay.
But he should have won in a different way.
I don't know.
Don't wait for him to win.
The whole instantly tapping out thing is garbage.
I will never disagree with that. I will never
he
disagree with that.
Instantly taps out to Jay Uso, but then but Pat McAfee has to pass out.
Legend. The other thing too, speaking of legends and Gunther, did you see what Bret Hart had to say about Gunther's in-ring work?
I did.
Bret Hart, man.
I did. I like what someone said, man. He took that promo, he said, where Goldberg was his favorite wrestler, pretty personally. He took that pretty personally.
Bret Hart is the Jedi Master of pettiness. and I love him for it.
If
Greg is like,
Yoda
I'm striving.
As a fellow crotchety old man, I can appreciate his game.
I'm striving to get there, man.
Yeah, if Yoda loved to gossip and could speak in a Canadian accent, he'd be Bret Hart.
He'd be Bret Hart, man, without a doubt. Let's get to night 2. Obviously, the big moment, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes in a awesome match.
It was a really good match.
I will go as far as saying, of all our watch-alongs, that was the best match that I had seen sitting here with you guys, because I don't remember us being that, all of us just being that into watching a wrestling match. Like, we were all just like, yo, focused on this match. And the pre-payoff was really awesome and really great, and I thought they did it so right, and I was like, oh man, this is great. I think we all applauded, like, man, this is great. And then the music hit and the entire mood in this place changed immediately. And Greg, I'm gonna let the floor for you, sir, to say what you need to right here, because I was waiting for this day too, because I'm like, I'm just gonna shut up and let Greg do Greg right about now.
First of all, the match was really good, but again, how we got there was not great. We were all interested. We all knew that they were going to turn Cena back to babyface for his last couple months. We all knew that was coming. We knew that from day one. He'll have his redemption. But the way they did it, to just like, I was just kidding, guys. Like, no, they didn't let it happen organically. They didn't let it happen with something that happened in the match to get the fans behind him. They just like, the night before SmackDown or the night before SummerSlam, go out there.
Well, I'll say this to that, and just to push it back a little bit on it, I don't think the fans cared how they got there. They just wanted to root for Cena, man. They couldn't wait for Cena just to turn back so they could root for him.
They just root for him when he was a heel.
And even his entrance was awesome, how they did it and brought it back out. I thought that was cool.
I just wish they kind of would have had gotten there a little better, to where, I mean, it just shows you that they knew that they screwed up this whole storyline since WrestleMania and beyond. So all that aside, you have this match. Cena's obviously enjoying himself. He's doing these moves that people have said he can never do, and winking at the camera. Yeah. A lot of inside baseball kind of stuff going on there. The match was good. The ending was good. Cody gives him his flowers. And then Brock Lesnar. There are 100 reasons to not like this. First of all, maybe we should have seen this coming when WWE decided, we're not going to do any more post-event press conferences. Yeah, wonder why?
That was
Well,
because Triple H is a coward.
He also had an eventful Thursday and Friday before SummerSlam.
He's a coward. He loves to be in front of the camera to take his W's, but when there's an L coming, he's nowhere to be found. Pretty on brand for that.
But again,
genre.
Why do they need to? Again, this is a company that prints money, and I'm not saying like they. What do you expect from a company that has always done this?
But
and like
the time, but
even look at their counterpart, UFC. They've kicked out every real journalist. Right. It's now just like the Nelk boys who are like, "Hey, what's your favorite color, man? Big win tonight. What do you get at Waffle House later?" Like, it's not a press conference. Triple H gets to stroke his ego.
I always thought the press conferences were dumb, but like when you know you're going to bring somebody in that's controversial, and then you avoid it, that's weak sauce.
That's wrestling, brother.
I mean, you can if you can get in front of the camera and come to the ring and spit your water out at the White House and take your W's, but when there's actual time, when some tough questions might be asked, you run and hide. Piss off.
But again, what is he going to face?
Somebody's going to ask him.
They make money. So they make money. That's all that his job needs to. That's all that he needs to do at his job. They've not made this much or this amount of money ever in their company before. They're in the best spot that they've ever been before. And I understand that you're saying there might be a crash, just like there was a crash after the Attitude Era into the Ruthless Aggression Era. But they were fine. They didn't crash that badly. Right. Like, I know that you want that. I want that too, but that is not the world that we live in. Right. People could just make up whatever they want too. He could just go out there and just say,
But I don't have to like it, Sean.
I know.
And I don't.
There it is.
So stop trying to talk me out of being mad.
Poking the bear.
No, nobody was talking you out of being mad.
All right. So Lesnar returns. Here are the two biggest reasons why this sucks.
Out of 100?
Yes.
Okay.
At least 100.
Okay.
First of all, Dude's name is listed 44 times in active litigation about sexual abuse and human trafficking.
That's true.
And some people are like, oh, he didn't do anything illegal. All right, how about immoral? How about he's a scumbag? How about let's have some consequences for actions? You know, it's not cancel culture. It's called suffering consequences for being a piece of garbage. How about that? All right, let's just forget that isn't even a thing.
Okay.
Because a lot of people don't care.
That's true.
It's true. Most people don't care.
I spoke to several of them.
Most people don't care. That we live in a society where bad behavior is rewarded. It is what it is. So remove that from the picture. Brock Lesnar sucks, dude. When was the last time you've been excited about a Brock Lesnar match? When was the last time he had a good match? Do you want to see John Cena versus Brock Lesnar for the 50,000th time?
I think to answer your question, the last time Lesnar had a good match was with Cena, Extreme Rules, like what, 2012?
When he suplexed
2013?
when Suplex City was created,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah,
Like,
that was a good one.
Lesnar is...
I liked him after the Royal Rumble too, when he was just tossing cats out.
But that wasn't a great match. That was Brock
that was
Lesnar
just
being a beat.
Brock
You were
being
entertained, but
Brock, yeah.
are you excited to see John Cena versus Brock Lesnar again? With all the dudes they could have had?
Strong.
I don't need to see it.
I'll watch it because I'm a wrestling fan, but excited is strong. Not as I would have been the first time, like he said in 2012, when Brock had just come back to see that, and he had Paul Heyman and all that kind of stuff with him. That adds a little different level of excitement to me. I didn't have that excitement when he walked out for SummerSlam for night 2. I'm not, me, bro. I ain't pissing on nobody's parade. I'm glad the fans, the pop was insane. You know what I mean? And that was great. That's always a great thing to watch and see. But yes, to your point, it doesn't excite me to be like, oh, okay, I know what I'm about to see. It's going to be a million more suplexes. And then John Cena probably gets the victory, and
it's to sell tickets in France.
Yeah, because
they're bringing an attraction in France, a well-known name. Make sure they sell out that building.
They'll have two, because they have 2 events overseas.
The next 2 PLEs are in France and then in Australia.
And so I'm assuming that those will both be Cena Lesnar matches. Maybe one ends in the DQ or something, and then they bring him back for that. But no, for that aspect, no, I thought wrestling was doing just fine. You know what I'm saying? Without him, I wasn't like, man, I missed some Brock Lesnar. I need to see Brock Lesnar.
You don't need Brock Lesnar to sell out.
That's money, man.
You don't need Brock Lesnar to sell out Perth, Australia. You don't.
No, it's an easy layup for him. Like WWE has always done that when they've gone overseas. They take the layups. Like, that's why you saw that horrible match of Triple H and Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker.
Well, that was Saudi Arabia. They paid for that.
Matches. Yeah. My friends would call it.
Or that Goldberg Undertaker match.
Uncle match. Ugh. Yes. Like, that match was tough, bro. But that was a layup because they just went with the names. And Brock Lesnar is still that name. We already know John Cena's a name for sure. So if you're trying to sell something overseas to fans over there, they're going with the biggest names that they could possibly find.
Again, right now, WWE is a great showing of American capitalist, not a great showing of American wrestling.
That is a fact.
I think AEW is probably a better showing of American wrestling.
Without a doubt.
But WWE makes the most money, therefore they are the biggest, therefore they are the most important because it's America. Play the national anthem.
Play it right now. Right now. But no, I 1,000% agree with you. It's the point I've always kind of made about it. It's what it is. And WWE's been this way since the 80s. Like, it's always been skewed more towards the entertainment, you know what I'm saying, than it was the wrestling. And again, thank God for AEW, you know what I mean, for the real wrestling fan who just watch the sport of wrestling. AEW is there for you. But the entertainment, man, is what WWE pushes and what they will always sell. And that means guys like Brock Lesnar will always have a place in this kind of industry.
Sure.
What's the second? Your second reason is he sucks. I'm sorry, I forgot.
No. That was the way we
his
got
wrestling
into
sucks.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
yes.
the whole lawsuit, icky stuff is number one.
44 times is wild.
I mean, it's
wild,
not great.
bro.
It's not a good look. But then again, when you feel you're untouchable, you're gonna do whatever you want. And Sean, you're likely right. They're not gonna feel much effect to this. People will get mad online about it. But overall, they're going to sell tickets. People are going to buy the shirts, and they'll be justified for their action.
And what's most important is Vince McMahon is gone, and Triple H
give it a minute.
is so different, so much different than Vince McMahon. There is no overlap. There has been no
with the
sitting
sarcasm
down.
meter
Yeah, right. There's such a different thought process between those two.
I don't even.
They're in such great hands with Triple H.
I don't even notice a difference between the two.
But we do agree that match was amazing. Do we agree with this?
Yes.
Oh yeah. But that's the thing about night 2. I mean, I feel like maybe the TLC match could have been moved to night 1 because night 2 was actually like.
I forgot about the TLC match.
I don't think there was a bad match on night 2.
Yes, there
night 2 was phenomenal.
Yes, there was. The Solo Sikoa Jacob Fatu 2 match sucked out loud.
And that was a problem for all of us because that was the match we were all kind of like, yo, this is about to
everything
be on.
about that match sucked. It was such a disappointment. Why are we having a steel cage match and some dude wins because he escaped?
Yeah, let me ask you that,
That's
Sean.
the dumbest rule ever.
Do you have a problem
Are we
with
going
that?
on our Jesse Ventura rants here?
It is.
This happened during the watch along. Do you have an issue with escaping the ring, actually just opening the door and walking out?
And I win.
Well, didn't we? But did we? I feel like we talked about this with Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, we did.
That was
yeah.
and Jesse Lawler or Jesse Lawler.
Shout out to you, man.
Jesse Ventura went on
Jesse
this
the Cotty
crazy
Lawler.
rant, just being like, "What is this all about?"
He's right.
I think he's absolutely right.
Bruce Pritchard, who's one of the heads of creative, has said that on his podcast all the time, that he hates that.
But
because it makes no sense.
It's a rule. I don't know, but they've always been doing that.
I know, it's dumb.
I think even Hogan, King Kong Bundy,
Hogan won because he got out. Well, he climbed over the cage.
Right, but they allow the door to open,
right?
Which is like the door should be shut.
The whole
it should
idea,
be a cage, not a door.
Right. The whole idea of you've got such a feud, you hate each other so much, you need to be locked in a cage so no one can get in and no one can get out. Except I'm going to get out 10 minutes into this match. It's garbage.
I forget the actual. What the actual fight was happening in the ring, but it was a SmackDown, and they locked the actual cage, and then Mark Henry came out and ripped the actual lock off the cage, and that just kind of added that extra element to where it's like, oh, that door's not opening, and this guy came in. Like, I don't know.
Or like the first Hell in the Cell match where Kane rips off the panel of the cage again.
Or Bobby Lashley jumping through the cage.
Or Mick Foley getting thrown through it.
Oh, man.
That stuff is like... Those are iconic moments, but that match was such a letdown. It was like that was one of the matches I was looking forward to, and they just the whole thing was poorly laid out and executed. It stunk. Yeah, it stunk.
A match that I thought was a match that was pretty good was Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles. I expected AJ to kind of carry it more, but shame on me for doubting Dirty Dom and his tactics, because the Eddie Guerrero that they pulled out together was absolutely awesome. That callback was brilliant. Dominic Mysterio is awesome, man. Like, just strap a rocket ship to him, bro, and let him have everything. That dude is awesome.
That was entertaining. Yeah. Kind of wish it got more time than it did, but it was an entertaining match.
It was.
The two women's matches were outstanding. The Naomi, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky match was great. Great match to start things off.
Yes.
Again, as I said before, anytime you put Io Sky and Rhea Ripley in the ring together, you're going to have magic. They have got that Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat kind of chemistry where no matter what they do, it's going to be great. And Naomi, I'm glad they kept the belt on her.
Agreed.
Like, she deserves it. She's been, ever since the whole, Elimination Chamber with her and Bianca and Jade, she's been really good. And Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyria, best match of the weekend. That was even better than the Cody.
Not even gonna argue.
The Cody Cena match. That was the best match of the weekend. And those two beat the crap out of each other.
And why? Because they're two Irish women.
Two Irish lasses. There you go. And they were whipping asses.
That match was fantastic. give me some more of that.
Yes, man. And I was talked about, and I'm going to continue to say just how impressed with Lyra Valkyria I have been, like, since I just started watching her. Because obviously I don't watch NXT or those things a lot. So I got familiar with her just coming onto the scene. and just watching her matches, man, I didn't realize just how physical she is, man. It is amazing to watch. Like, she is worth money. You will put money down to sit there and watch her, and she's holding her own against Bayley and Becky Lynch, and those kind of greats. Just makes you want to see her more. It makes me excited for when Bianca actually gets fully healed and come back. Like, I would love to see that match. That would be great.
The women's division is far more intriguing to me than the men's division.
I will not argue on this, sir.
There's a lot more wrestlers in the women's division that I would make sure I watch than there are in the men's division.
And I just want to give flowers to Naomi. The fact that she's been doing this for 12 plus years, debuted as a funkadactyl, and has turned it into...
Somebody call my mama.
It has turned into like...
I'm going to be sitting there looking at that like...
a dastardly heel.
Yeah.
It's sick. And
She's
Beautiful word.
She's the second best Uso in the WWE right now.
It's all
I think
facts.
she's the first.
I wouldn't debate that too hard.
We're talking about in-ring.
In ring?
Yeah, she's the best.
Fair.
Best Uso in the business.
Fair. The TLC match, we touched on, but we didn't get into it a little bit.
It was, that was what we expected. A lot of chaos.
Very chaotic.
The whole Ciampa on the belts was fun.
That was fun.
The Spanish fly off the top turnbuckle into two tables. Oh,
man.
Slim Jim got their money's worth in that match.
Shout out Slim Jim.
Joe Gacy, oof.
Yeah, man.
Fire his ass after that match.
He had a tough day.
He had like 4 or 5
the favorite line
botches.
Favorite line for me during that watch along, and I don't remember. I think it was Jay. I can't remember which one of y'all said it.
We're essentially the same person.
Yeah. But he was like, "This is like the guy who did the least amount of work on the school project, getting an A." Yeah. That's exactly what that was, dog. Because both of them were like, "Why are we here? Why are you here? Oh, well, here's the titles. We showed up." Oh man, it wasn't good. Wasn't great. And also thank y'all for tuning in to that watch along. Our highest viewed watch along, highest viewership that we've ever had here for CHGO Wrestling, and that is because of you all out there.
That's how we get to keep doing them.
Exactly, man. So yeah, for that next one, let's exceed that. Let's keep this going, baby, because we enjoy wrestling as much as you do. Before we wrap this up, let's talk about this WWE ESPN deal that you hinted on. They struck a deal as it was announced. The deal announced Wednesday will give the Disney company, ESPN, exclusive U.S. streaming rights for all of WWE's major 2-night events, including WrestleMania and SummerSlam, which tells me that there are more 2-night events on the way. WWE major live events, including Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, Money in the Bank, will also be featured on the network. The wrestling events are set to be a part of ESPN's new streaming service, which is set to launch later this month. The deal also means that the WWE pre- and post shows for all premium live events will be available to be streamed on ESPN. The 5-year deal is valued at over $1.6 billion, ladies and gentlemen, and they are currently in a 5-year deal with Peacock, which wraps up next year. That was valued at $900 million. Whoa! The WWE events will be available on ESPN streaming service. At the time this was reported, it was saying it was set to debut August 21st and cost $29.99 a month.
Right.
If you don't have ESPN,
right?
Plus.
I believe if you are like
or Disney Plus
direct. I believe like this is separate from ESPN Plus. I believe if you have say Xfinity or DirecTV or Dish or Fubo, whatever, Fubo,
cable in some way.
If you already
cable package with ESPN,
if you're already paying for ESPN, the actual channel on your TV,
yes,
you have access to the streaming service. So this is basically like, hey, cable cutters, you still want ESPN? You could pay us $30 a month to stream all of this stuff.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, all the people that are cable cutters are paying 3 times as much as they ever did for cable to get all this stuff in simple, in separate services. But it caused a panic because people were like, I'm not paying another $30 a month for this. So meanwhile, to watch the PLEs, you have to have ESPN in some form. Now, I think pro wrestling getting on ESPN is cool.
Yeah.
It's big for the industry.
Yeah, very huge.
I mean, I remember back in the day, ESPN showing the old World Class stuff
man.
and
Yes.
AWA.
Oh, you took
get home
that.
from school and you get there at 3 o'clock for that Kerry Von Erich
Von
rerun
Erich,
from
baby.
1983.
Taking it back.
But it's cool that they're getting the mainstream hookup here. But again, say you're a big WWE fan and you need to watch everything and you want to do it the legit legal way, you got to get Peacock if you want the back catalog. You got to get Netflix to watch Raw. Now you got to get ESPN for this. Well, what's SmackDown on? USA. So you got to get
USA and Peacock.
Peacock.
USA
So
going
yeah.
forward.
So you need 3 separate services to watch one product. I mean, yes, I get it. WWE, TKO, they're doing this to make as much money as possible. That's what they're there for.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seems very inconvenient for the fan.
I agree.
They don't.
But it's been inconvenient for like years.
Yeah.
I mean, I
I
don't
love
know.
being able to just go to one place and watch whatever I want. Now
Yeah.
I got to figure out which one is which and how do I do this. And granted, there are ways you don't need any of that to watch this, and people know how to do that.
Contact Greg.
This guy right here, it's easy. It's not difficult. If you want to watch Raw and don't have Netflix, it takes you about 5 seconds to figure out how to do that.
I'd never. The one thing that you brought up that it's good for WWE because you're getting mainstream exposure with ESPN. Is ESPN even that anymore?
It's not what it was. It's not like getting
No.
on ESPN in 1995.
But like it's and that was like a real big thing. This is just I think another outlet. It's a nice big number, 1.6 billion.
It's a nice big one.
But when you're backed by Disney, it's not that impressive. Like I don't know. I don't think it means that much. Besides, it's another thing that people have to pay for.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, they're on NBC. They're on Netflix, which probably gets to more homes than ESPN does these days.
Yeah, I mean, ESPN had UFC on their airwaves before wrestling.
They sure
so,
did.
I mean, I think that's like kind of a sign, too, that they're just trying to latch to anything
Right.
that
I mean,
will get viewers.
it tells me ESPN is
Like to
hurting.
chat. Yeah. They like it.
I mean, but they just bought all that NFL stuff.
Yeah.
Red Zone. They're just trying to make sure, like, okay, we're going to get every single sporting event on our network, so you have to watch us.
There it is.
But-
all right, we're going to leave it there. We will do this show in the next few weeks because I am going on a vacation.
I didn't approve that.
So it's true. You did not. I'm
Going
sorry.
back
sir.
to your second state,
I'm sorry.
Nevada again.
Over to TKO. Oh, man. Shout out and thank you all for watching the watch along as we did. Shout out to Sunnyside here, our presenting sponsor. Make sure you go to Sunnyside, use the code HICHGO, get 50% off your first 3 online orders. That is Sunnyside, bright buys every day. Thank you to our producer on the ones and twos, our guy Sean Anderson at CHGO White Sox. That is special advocate, my man Greg Boysen. I am Big Dave, CHGO Bulls. Thank y'all for watching this. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you next time, y'all. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.